Run it, I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it costs. I hit the ground, then I go off. Yeah, hit the ground, then I go.
What is going on, you guys? Welcome to DNC on the Rise. Today, we are back with Cesare and D-Jack. We also have Riley and my old friend Trent. Now, Trent is actually the one who proposed this topic for this podcast. So, of course, when I told Cesare, his first response was, can you talk about it? Let's bring him on. So I say that to say that if I actually know any of you viewers in person and you hit me up with a good topic, we might just bring you on for that too.
Yeah, sure.
But
Maybe.
if
Depends on the person.
there are no guarantees. But today we are actually talking about how, in our experience, there's a lot of terrible drivers out there. And just on his way here, Trent had some incidents happen. So we're going to start with that. Trent, what happened on the way here?
So on the way here, I'm headed down the highway, right? You know, there's a little bit of traffic. What's to be expected? And sure enough, like in my rearview mirror, and there's a dude who's sniffing my butt so hard he could probably pull some shit out of it, you know? And sure enough, I see some brake lights coming up, and all of a sudden it's just instant. So I slam on my brakes. What does this man do? Damn near hits my truck. Goes over in the emergency lane and just punches it down the emergency lane. I'm like, what? Like, where are you trying to get, dog? And what ends up happening right before I get off the highway? I'm on his ass. So sure enough, I'm sniffing that real hard.
Bro, I've seen that happen a few times with him, where we've been in traffic and people just come down the emergency lane passing by. It's like, bruh.
Yeah. No, actually, I got a funny story about that. I was on 70, and there was a bunch of traffic. You know, again, what's to be expected, typical Sunday night. And I was in a camper, and there was a bunch of people going down the emergency lane trying to get to the exit. And so what do? I put half my truck and camper in the emergency lane, the other half in the lane. Some Tesla's behind me trying to get around. Can't get around. What's he do? He gets pulled over by the cops and gets a ticket.
Damn. Because of you?
Because of me. I was very proud of that.
I was really proud of that. Yeah, there's some terrible drivers. I know a couple of them. One in specific, friend Robbie. Man, that dude's a horrible fucking driver. I've almost been killed probably 3 or 4 times because of him. I worry when he gets in a vehicle. But he's been okay, man. He's been okay. He's been getting by. He actually had a moped for a little bit.
Well, okay.
Yeah.
Well, so for my work, I'm driving around Denver a lot, you know, around that area. And I've seen multiple accidents in one day, and I just see the most retarded drivers there are, and it blows my mind how difficult apparently it is to drive. And I mean, there's a lot that we'll get into, but I mean, it's just mind blowing. I guess the first thing, I don't know if you guys have experienced this, but I think people don't understand what that little blue light on their dash means at night. It means your fucking high beams are on, you piece of shit. Like, I don't know if your parents just didn't teach you shit or if you're just plain out fucking retarded, but turn off your fucking high beams in town, you piece of fuck. So if any of your viewers, hopefully I'll offend them on this one, if they get in their car and their blue light is on when their lights are on, turn it the fuck off. And if you don't know how to, look up on how to do it on YouTube, and you'll find it's really fucking easy to do. You dumbass.
It's always the LEDs, too.
Bro, for fucking real, man.
It's always the bright-ass fucking halo lights.
This is coming from someone who has, at least on one of his older cars, a light bar.
Oh, yeah. No, I still have that car, so I still have fun with it. But I got to the point where I wasn't flashing my high beams at them. No, I'd turn on my full-on light bar, and I'd blind shit out of them. I was at an intersection one time, and some dude in this little convertible BMW, you know, typical BMW driver, they think they're top shit. Well, they don't have a competitive, you know, high-performance BMW, but so he's flashing my lights, or his lights, because he thinks my brights are on, and then finally he just turns on full beam, and I turn on my light bar, and he couldn't move after the light turned green because he couldn't fucking see. And when I went past him, he was fucking cussing me out and shit. He was so pissed off, but I mean, people, they feel so cocooned in their cars where they can do anything. if he has a problem with me, I'll pull over. I got shit in my car that it's not gonna be very good for him.
Has that ever come to that?
I did actually have a lady follow me home one time, and I have one of those like old 90s cops flashlight in my car, one that they beat people with. And so I got out of my car, I grabbed that, and I ran over to her car, and there was a big tussle. Well, not tussle, but there was a big argument. And
I was gonna say, damn, boy. He's gonna say that on camera.
No, don't hit women. But no, there wasn't a tussle. It was just a big old argument. I called her a cow in front of her kids, so that was pretty cool.
I remember this story.
Yeah, you remember that shit? Yeah. No, that was that. I mean, it was honestly on my part. I'm not saying I'm no fault for this. I definitely shouldn't have gone home. I was a lot younger at this time, so I really didn't know. But I definitely shouldn't have gone home. And I don't know. I probably should like beat the shit out of her car or something like that. But yeah, no, I definitely asserted dominance on that one.
Was that the most heated it's ever gotten? Like with you in like a road rage incident?
Yeah, I'd say that is. I mean, I've been in screaming matches with people in traffic. I've had people try and run me off the road. I've tried and run people off the road, which is a lot of fun. You should try it sometime.
I have done that once. But he did it to me first, and then I did it back to him.
Yeah, exactly. So, you got to assert dominance. You gotta be like, I ain't scared of your shit.
Yeah. So Trent, what's like the most consistent thing that you see happening that annoys you on the road? What happens the most?
All right. So what? Okay. Well, there's a lot of things, but I guess the main thing that really fucking just tickles my buns is when someone has their blinker on to get over, right? You'd expect them to get over like almost immediately, right? No, it takes these fucktards around here about a minute to fucking change lane, and then they wait for permission to get over. I'm like, if you have your fucking blinker on, guess what? The person that's in the other lane is going to see that. You could wait for a little bit bigger opening, but get the fuck over. You're not going to sit there and slow down my lane, and you're not going to sit there and hopefully, expect someone to give you permission. No, you're going to get the fuck over. And then when you start getting over, you're going to crank that fucking wheel, and you're going to get over in a matter of seconds. So in Germany, I think we all know the Autobahn, where there's no speed limit on the highway. Yeah, so basically, you can go as fast as your car wants to go, but if you're going to get over on the Autobahn, it's by law, you have to get over in a set amount of time. Otherwise, it can cause a lot of problems.
Oh, man, I didn't know that.
I did not either.
And it's also, called common courtesy, which I think people definitely do not have anymore. It blows my mind. And then common sense, too. People do not have that, especially when they're behind the wheel.
That's facts.
Yeah.
It's like the whole blinker thing. Like, I never really thought about it like that, but that's probably one of the most common ones I've encountered as well. It's like they turn it on and they sit in. Like I slow down sometimes. I'm a nice guy. I'm like, I even wave them down, and then the motherfucker sits there fucking staring at me. They're NPCs, bro.
Oh, exactly.
They're trying to fucking program the fact that I'm being so nice to them. It's fucking
lagging,
like,
bro.
Yeah, they're lagging, bro. It pisses me off so much. It makes me want to punch a baby.
Well, and then, like, coming back to the whole blinker thing, do not wait for permission. Like, if there's construction and you're trying to, your lane is ending and it's merging, now the people in the lane that it's not ending, they are expected to let people in, right? But if you're in the lane that's ending, you're not going to wait for a bus length to open for you. No, you're going to get the fuck over. You're going to push your way in. Guess what? The people in the other lane are going to stop. They don't want their car to get damaged. They're going to stop. Get over.
Unless it's one of them old beaters, bro. You gotta be careful with those fuckers.
Yeah. No,
Look, he wants you to fucking hit them, bro. They set themselves up for failure to get a new car.
But something that I've been saying for quite a few years is that it's better on the road to be an asshole than to be polite. Like, you ever see those people who stop in a roundabout to let you in? Like, they're trying to be polite, but I'm just sitting there like, I'm getting pissed at them, bro. I'm like, sometimes I'll take advantage. Other times I'll sit there and just see how stupid they are and just gotta wait till they finally go and piss off everyone behind them.
Well, yeah, people do not understand.
Excuse us real quick. Something's going on. Fucking
Sounds like an air compressor.
the Bugatti was trying to turn on now.
But no, people have no idea apparently what the fuck a yield sign is. Yield means you yield for oncoming traffic. It does not mean stop. If you don't know what the fuck a stop sign is, that's those big fucking red ones that say stop. And then, more onto that yield thing. A flashing yellow light, fun fact, means yield. It doesn't mean fucking stop. If you have a flashing red light, that means stop. Flashing yellow means yield to either if it's like a turn lane, oncoming traffic, or if you're going perpendicular, that means yield to any traffic going in the opposite direction or any direction of that. Like, apparently people were not paying attention in fucking driving school. But, another thing that happens a lot, because I'm towing trailers a lot. So for all you listening, trucks and trailers cannot stop the same as your piece of shit 3,000-pound car. So, like semi-trucks, the average semi-truck weighs in about 80,000 pounds. Now, yes, they have huge brakes, they have lots of stopping power, but you are not stopping an 80,000-pound rig on a dime. People need to give semi-trucks room. They cannot stop. You cannot be cutting them off. You cannot be forcing them off the road or into a different lane. And then if you see a pickup hauling a trailer too, pickups, yes, have a lot of stopping power, but they cannot stop nearly as quick as a car. And especially pickups, they're not designed to haul 80,000 pounds, right? So you can get a new pickup and haul a big old 20,000-pound trailer, and it'll have decent stopping power, but it is not stopping on a dime. Do not cut off semi-trucks or trailers, and do not brake check them. Otherwise, your trunk is going to be in the back of your fucking head. And honestly, I hope to fucking see it if you're one of those pieces of shit.
That's for real, bro. You're playing with your life when you do that. I've never understood that, bro. Like, whenever I seen a truck or a semi-truck, I'm always like, yeah, let me just let bro go by or, like, speed the fuck up and get in front of him. Because that's exactly what I think of. I'm like, bro, if this motherfucker hits me, I'm fucked. So, like, I'm not going to deal with that shit.
Another thing I know Riley and I see is when cars try to pace semis or trucks.
I had an experience like that in Utah just about maybe like a year ago or something like that. But I got my truck, I got my trailer, I'm going through Utah, and I had some fuckstick who was behind me, tailgating me, and also you cannot ride that close to a truck and a trailer because they cannot see that far back there. Yeah. So we have no clue what's back there, but he ends up getting around me, gets in front of me, and slows the fuck down. And so I end up having to get around him, and then I go a little bit, and then he comes in, slows the fuck down. Like, you're not trying to play cat and mouse with a truck and a trailer. If you're going to pass someone, get the fuck around them, keep going, get some distance. You're not going to slow down. You're not going to get around just because you might not like being behind them because you can't see. I get that. You can't see around these big trucks, but get around them and get ahead of them a ways. You can't play cat and mouse with them. And then especially, if you're hauling a bunch of weight, these trucks are working their butts off just to get moving, get some speed.
Yeah, that's what pisses me off is when people cut out in front of you, make you lose all your momentum up a hill or some shit. Oh, my God. And then you're crawling like 35 for like the next 2 miles because, that pisses me off.
Oh, man, like, I got so much to talk about. I mean, this shit's ridiculous. But merging onto a highway, I didn't know this was such a hard thing for everyone. When you're merging on, for example, just 36, right? You're merging on 36. That's a 65-mile-an-hour speed limit. Now, granted, everyone's doing about 80 down it, maybe 90. But you're not going to be merging on to the end of the merge lane at 35 miles an hour. Almost every single time I'm getting on that road, people are doing 30 miles an hour, 35 miles an hour, and I can't fucking take it. So what do? I'm one of those assholes that has to go through the solid white line, fucking punch it, get my truck screaming and all that shit just to get around them. And it's a hazard. It's dangerous. You're the people on the highway, they're constantly having to get over. It can cause fucking problems.
Yep.
People aren't looking in their mirrors when they're getting over, I'm almost guaranteed. And then these people are going slow, and they're getting in this slow lane doing 40 miles an hour. I mean, that's a big hazard. You have these vehicles doing 80 down this road, and they're coming up on you like that. Like, I mean, people, like, okay, you might not feel comfortable accelerating, then don't get on the fucking highway. It's not that hard. There's how many roads that can get you to where you want to go, where the speed limit's 40 miles an hour.
Yeah. Especially out here in Colorado.
Oh, exactly.
There's a lot of fucking back roads.
Well, and then when someone misses their turn, I can't tell you how many times I saw this just today. But if people miss their turn, it's the end of the fucking world and it's everyone else's problem. They will stop in the middle of the fucking highway if they have to, just to back up. I've seen people back up in the middle of the highway, just get off and exit. There's an exit a mile down the road. And guess what? Every road down there goes exactly where you want to go. And if you're just driving around Denver or something like that and you miss your turn, there's a street a block away where you can turn and it'll take you exactly where you want to go.
Yep.
It's not the end of the world if you miss your exit. If you're not used to this area, if you're not used to where you're going, okay, you missed your exit. Guess what? Your maps will reroute you on where to go. Or if a friend's giving you directions and they don't know, don't listen to your fucking friend. You're the one driving. Whip out your map and type in where you want. Well, don't text and drive, children. But have someone type in where you want to go.
It's not that hard.
No,
Yeah.
it isn't.
Yeah, I've seen people do insanity
So you
over a
spent
missed turn.
you spent a lot of time on the road. How about the rural highways where people don't seem to understand that the left lane is for passing?
Oh, well, that's every highway.
That's true.
Until
But there it's more pronounced because there's only, on those rural highways, there's only 2 lanes. There's the right lane for, cruising, and there's the left lane for passing. So it's way more disrespectful.
So, as we know, no matter where you are in the States, there's no such thing as a speed limit. It's just a suggested speed you should go. If you're in the fast lane, you're doing it at a minimum of 10 over. And you're going to, let me rephrase that. You're going to go with the flow of traffic, the speed of traffic, whether that's a minimum of 10 over or you're doing 30 over. If you're getting in the fast lane, you're doing the speed of traffic. If you cannot do that, do not feel comfortable doing that, you stay in the slow lane. The left lane is for passing. It's not for hanging out. It's not for doing the speed limit. It's not for keeping the exact same speed as the person in the slow lane, especially on rural highways. It is for passing. You're going to pass the person you want to get around or the group of cars you want to get around, and then you're going to get back over. And if you want to maintain that 10 over, 30 over, whatever, you can go ahead and do that in the slow lane. The left lane is for passing. I don't know why that's so hard to understand.
Yeah.
But then, you get way out there. You get on the country roads, just this regular fucking 2-lane road where you can occasionally pass depending on the dots. And especially on with a trailer, whether you're doing 10 over the speed limit with a trailer, people still want to get around you. Yeah. And they put your life, their life, and the oncoming traffic people's life in danger all the time. They will pass you at any opportunity they have. They will pass you no matter how close the car going the opposite direction is to them. It's mind-blowing. My dad and I have had to slow down and basically throw the truck and trailer into the ditch just so people don't get a head-on collision. I see it all the time. People are passing, and they will pass like a group of 50 cars sometimes.
Jeez.
Like you're not in a fucking Ferrari. You're not going to be doing 200 miles an hour. You are in a fucking Honda Civic. You got to calm the fuck down. And guess what? We're all in traffic. We're all going to the same fucking place. Traffic sucks. I get it. I hate it. I'm in it all the time. It's the worst. But there's nothing you can do about it. So you're going to stick in your lane, you're going to go the speed, and you're going to get there at the same time everyone else gets there.
Yeah, I've been in, because I used to live in Bailey, so on those mountain roads. Yeah, there's been a lot of situations where I've seen, like, people trying to pass up, like, semi-trucks or, big pickup trucks with, like, that are hauling trailers on these, like, curvy-ass mountain roads, bro, with, like, 1 lane. Like, it's crazy. There's a lot of crashes where I was living by. It was, like, right in Bailey. There's a winery right off the road on this fucking sharp-ass turn. And semi-trucks, that winery's been fucking crashed into probably 3 or 4 times now. They still haven't changed the fucking location. Because the road goes like this. So the semi-trucks are coming in like, going straight into that bitch. It's fucking crazy. I don't know how there hasn't been like a mass fucking amount of people that have died at once there. Maybe there has and I don't fucking know. I never kept up with the bullshit.
Well, I don't think people understand the devastation of a head-on collision. So the worst accident I ever saw was a head-on collision. And I was in Idaho, and it was a little 2-lane, country road, and came up to it, completely stopped. Everyone's getting out of their vehicles, going to check out what's going on. And so it was 2 vehicles that got in a head-on collision. I think there was a third involved, but it was just kind of scratches on it. But it was 2 Chevy HHRs. So I don't know if anyone knows what those look like, but basically just a really small, ugly car that was made a number of years ago by Chevy. It's some piece of shit. But they were doing 65 miles an hour each. One person was trying to pass another car and just got over a head-on collision around a blind corner. And when I finally got up to the vehicles after they did a flight for life, well, turns out 3 people died. One was in critical, but I'm pretty sure they died too. I got up to the vehicles, and they weren't vehicles. They were scraps of metal. You could not tell they were ever a vehicle. You could not. They were literally just recycled metal at that point. And it was pretty devastating to see how gnarly that was. It was just a ball. I don't know how that one person didn't die immediately. 3 of them died on impact. But, I mean, it was, people did not understand the power of momentum, of physics. That there's, I mean, if you're doing, if you're doing 40 miles an hour and you get a head-on collision, the chances of living are fairly low.
Yeah. Even like, that's what I'm saying, bro. You crash at like 35, 40 miles an hour, you're still going to get pretty fucked up.
Yeah, crashing into like a parked car at 20 is lethal.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. Like, I crashed my shit into a little pole. Like, I slid on ice, and that shit did not damage to me, but to the car, you know? And I was going probably like, what, 15, 25, or 20?
Bro, just getting rear-ended could give you whiplash.
Yeah. I mean, like, what did they say? Like 20 miles an hour rear-ended can give you whiplash?
Yeah.
Well, and then, back to the semi-trucks. People don't understand the power of the semi-trucks. Just a few years ago, there was that whole incident over in 70 in, was that Lakewood, Wheat Ridge area?
Oh, yeah, where the fucking brakes went off on that truck?
Yeah.
Is it? Yeah.
Yeah, and he's barreling down, and he plowed through traffic, and countless cars, I think 6 people died or something like that. I mean, semi-trucks, they're just trains on the road. Yeah. They're unstoppable. You could put a brick wall in front of them, and they'll go through them like it wasn't even there. It's like paper to them. People need to, especially with how many semi-trucks there are in this area, and they need to give them some respect. Now, I'm not saying semi-trucks are faultless, because especially these new drivers, because they're trying to pump out so many people, need to learn how to fucking drive and need to learn that they are hauling some weight and they have a lot of responsibility. And then especially people, with pickups hauling trailers. I mean, there's no perfect driver. I'm no perfect driver by any means. I'll definitely say compared to a lot of people in this area, I'm fucking Mario Andretti. But, I mean, I'm no perfect driver. I have my own faults. Everyone here, I'm sure, has their own faults. And you just need to realize your faults. You need to realize your strengths. And you need to realize your weaknesses and build on them. And a good time you can see that is during the winter, especially when you have these fucktards from California in this area. When it is snowing and you're doing 5 miles an hour, you need to get the fuck off the road.
Or just raining, bro. It could just be a slight sprinkle. Bro. Or just going like 15 under in the fast.
Yeah, like the last the last month, bro, we've been getting hella rain here. Even yesterday, I think it was yesterday, didn't it? Yeah, it was yesterday. It was raining a little bit once I left here. And, like, it was like, at first it wasn't, I was on the highway, I was going, everything was chilling. And then it started to fucking rain a little bit. And then you just see everybody's fucking brake lights fucking, turn on. Everybody's going like fucking 45, bro. I'm over here fucking, I'm not even a crazy driver, you feel me? I usually chill at like 15 over. And that's, like, I was going by, I felt like I was fucking Vin Diesel in my shit, bro. I was like, what the fuck is going on, bro? I was like, there's not even wet on the ground yet. It's like...
No, the rain blows my mind when people slow down. If you're so scared your car is going to hydroplane, get some new fucking tires. And if you can't afford that, then stop fucking driving your car. Like, fuck. No, it's rain, people. It's not the end of the world. It's not going to kill you. Now, if the road's flooding, okay, I get it then. But if it's fucking raining and you got your wipers on, then it's all good, Just fucking drive. You don't need to slow down. And if you need to slow down, especially on the highway, get the fuck off the highway. Go on the frontage road. Go on the back roads. And then if you're living in somewhere that has a snowy climate, especially during the winter, and you have a rear-wheel drive vehicle and that's your main source of transportation,
you're fucked.
Go fuck yourself. Yeah. Honestly. I see people who daily drive Mustangs, and like I hope that they get some fucking 12-inch dildo up their ass in the middle of the night.
Double that.
Bro.
Double that.
Yeah.
Dude, I had a lot of problems driving a rear-wheel drive here in Colorado.
God.
Well,
It was like when I would drive it rear wheel, because of course, you know, it was all-wheel drive, but
Oh.
it wasn't. Its four-wheel was limited to 35 miles an hour. So certain roads that had snow on them, I wouldn't drive with the all-wheel drive on. And when I would come up to left turns on those roads, dude, yeah, you're fucked. You're trying to get going, and your back wheels are just spinning, and nothing's happening.
well, and what's so funny is people want all these cool cars. They want the Chargers, they want the Challengers, they want the Mustangs. I get it, I do too. But those are when you have fuck you money. And a lot of people here don't have fuck you money, unless, you know, there's a lot of people that do, but especially these younger people, they don't have fuck you money. And if you have a vehicle and you're like, oh, I can't afford a new car, go buy a Kia Kona. You can get the base model for like $21,000.
Or get the V6 all-wheel drive, but don't act like you're driving the fucking V8. Don't preach like don't debadge it and shit, and then try and race people like you're driving the V8.
Oh, thank you so much for fucking saying
God,
that.
that pisses me off.
Oh, like, okay. I applaud people who want to modify their vehicles. I get it. I hate how we're in the era where people don't give a fuck about their vehicles, you know, blah, blah, blah. If they want to modify it and make yours, I totally get it. But if you have like a 2006 Infiniti G36 with the VQ engine in it and you straight pipe it, I hope you get, let's put a 24-inch dildo up your fucking ass.
The trombone.
Bro, I thought of a few people when you said that. Golly.
But let's hold there, because we are running very short on time here. We're good.
All right, so I guess another thing to look at is definitely tailgating. You know, getting back onto like the accidents and stuff and the whiplash. I've talked to people who tailgate like mofos before, and I'm like, what the fuck is your problem? Like, you know, they're people I knew, and they're like, well, you know, what's it matter if we got into an accident? It's my fault. I'm like, okay, I get that. It is your fault, but let's also talk about how that could harm me, put my life into danger, and the people around us. If you hit me fast enough and I go in the back of someone, I could be killing a little kid because you hit me. I could be getting whiplash. And then especially in this day and age where everything's on back order and hard to get shit, getting my truck fixed could take for fucking ever. I mean, for example, I still have hail damage on my truck from 2 years ago because they can't source a hood. Like, so my truck could be out of commission for a year, years possibly. Like, get off my ass, give me some space. Now, there are some exceptions to that. If you're in the fast lane and someone's riding your ass, which I do a lot, then that means get the fuck over because you're going too slow. So, like, there are a few times where you're letting people know, but if you're in the slow lane, if you're just going down, you know, some regular road or whatever, and you're tailgating, then there's a possibility. This is hypothetical. It's a hypothetical that I could brake check you, and odds are you might not have a dash cam, and that would be your fault. But that's all hypothetical. That never happened. It's just a theory, you know.
Interesting. So, we've touched on pretty much every part of the road except for parking lots.
How hard is it to park a fucking car, huh? Especially with all these new tiny fucking cars like a Subaru Crosstrek. It's not that fucking hard. I have a 9,000-pound crew cab long bed dually that I can, well, it doesn't exactly fit anymore, but I could squeeze into a regular parking lot first fucking try. It's not that hard to park. Like, if your car's at an angle, back up, do it again. You might look like a dumbass, but guess what? Your car's going to be parked. If you're too far over to one side, then I'm door digging you. And then another thing, too, is the modern world, people are sheeps, right? They will follow what everyone else does. So I like to park far away from people in the back. I'll take up 2 spots or something like that, mainly because my truck doesn't fit into a regular spot anymore. But do not fucking park next to me. There's a reason why all these spaces are open in the back and I'm parked over here. Get the fuck away from me. Stop following what the fuck I do.
Yeah, that shit's annoying.
And guess what? You're in a parking lot. People are going to back up. That means you need to be diligent. You need to be looking. You need to have your eyes open. You can't be on your fucking phone. You can't be Snapchatting. Oh my God, you look so fucking cute today. No, fuck you. Get off your fucking phone. Be aware because people are going to be backing up. Now, if you're backing up, look. These new cars have reverse cameras. If you don't have a reverse camera, fucking turn your whole ass body around and look. Don't just be fucking flooring it. There's been multiple times where I've been going and actually for work. I got into a fucking accident in a parking lot because I was sitting there waiting for a car to pull in. Some dumb bitch who was probably Snapchatting, oh my God, you look so cute right now, fucking just decided to gun it and plow into the side of my work van. And so now there's just a huge fucking dent on the side of the work van. And she got out and she's like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. I'm like, look, you have a rear view mirror, you have side mirrors, and she had a brand new car that I saw had a backup camera. Like, people are so fucking unaware, and then that even applies to the road, too. So, a big thing is motorcycles. Now, yes, motorcycles are small. They're hard to see. They could easily find a blind spot of a car. But because people are so unaware on the road, because they're so just locked in, just driving like this, people die all the time because of motorcycles. On motorcycles. Now, granted, if you're doing a $150 down the main highway on a motorcycle, then yeah, you're asking for some shit. But you have to look. You have to calm down. Don't be stressed while you're driving. Relax. Look in your mirrors. Know what's behind you. Know what's in front of you. Know what's next to you. And look for motorcycles. They are small, but they can be very loud. You look. You see what's like 10 cars back. You see what's 10 cars forward. You see what's in 3 other lanes. You need to fucking look. And guess what? Motorcycle deaths will go down. But because these people are so fucking unaware and have no common sense, they're so scared driving, all this shit's happening. If you're that scared driving, get the fuck off the road.
There have been a few times where I've seen people driving with headphones on or earbuds in. What do you think about removing an entire sensory perception?
Well, I feel like those people should be lined up and shot. I saw some lady in a G-Wagon, a brand new G-Wagon that has Apple CarPlay, Android Auto, Bluetooth, an amazing sound system, and she had her AirPods in.
Bruh.
If it's for some fucking phone call, your car has Bluetooth. If it's that important of a phone call where you need to hear exactly what's going on, get the fuck off the road. There should be no reason why you should have earbuds in. If your car doesn't have a stereo, you can go buy some cheap-ass Walmart fucking radio, some cheap speakers, or buy a JBL speaker and put it on your fucking dash. You know how many cars that I've been in have had that? And it works just fine. If you need the fucking bass, go put a fucking sub in. If you can't afford it, then don't fucking worry about it. You need to listen. You need to listen for the motorcycles. You need to listen for the horns. You need to listen for the sirens. You need to listen for the trains. Yeah. You need to fucking listen. You need all of your, well, you don't need touch to fucking drive, but you need eyesight and hearing mainly. Get the fuck off your fucking phone. Get your earbuds out. Buy some JBL speaker. They cost the same, if not cheaper, than fucking AirPod Pros. And just fucking relax while you're driving.
Another thing that I've seen a lot is individuals doing their makeup while driving. That shit's insane. It's like, bro, you don't have the fucking spider sense. You feel me? It's not like you're gonna sense when the car is, you need to fucking brake, or you see some shit, some shit goes down. Like, no, dumbass. What are you doing?
A lot of people cannot multitask while they're driving. And now, there are very good drivers. I know a few that can fucking have a burger in one hand, fries in the other, be steering with their knee. I know plenty of people like that. But majority of drivers out there, they're driving like this. And they're fucking terrified. And then they're going to try and do their makeup. If you're going to be late to something and you need to get your makeup to look good, be late. There is no reason to put your life or other people's lives mainly at risk just so you can do your fucking makeup and look pretty. There's no reason to do your makeup. Guess what, bitch? You look fucking fine regardless. If you look that ugly without makeup, then I'd suggest plastic surgery.
Damn. What happens if they can't afford that?
Then shit, you're shit out of luck. I'd suggest moving to the south and going to the boonies. You could probably find some dude that would be fine with it.
Yeah.
Or if you're that self-conscious, as a woman who needs to have makeup, then you have serious problems, and you should probably go to fucking therapy and figure it the fuck out.
Damn, boy.
So I think I only have one more question, and it goes back to people backing out of parking spaces. I just want to ask you, have you ever seen anybody hit a parked car?
Well, I guess if you count my work van because I wasn't moving, yes. Actually, no, I have seen vehicles scrape their bumpers. But I've never seen like a full-on, like, let's just drag the side of the car along the other side of the car.
I haven't seen that, but I was in a car once that did back up into another car.
Fucking guy.
I of course was not driving, but I was a passenger.
How?
That's a fantastic question. This was one of the rare moments where I too was not paying attention, even as the passenger. And next thing I know, like, it wasn't too bad or nothing. It was like probably 5 miles per hour, and the parking lot was a bit weird. It was a dirt parking lot. It was kind of strangely oriented, but it was one of those. I think it was one of those where like the corner of their car backed up into a corner of another car.
So there's three kinds of people that back up out of a parking spot. There's those who do it properly. They know the angles of their cars. They know how long their cars. They have perception, and they know how close other cars are, and they could back out just fine. There's those who back out where their car's literally in the middle of the fucking road, and they have to do an 85-point turn in order to get going. And then there's those who are like, no, good wreck everyone else. I turn now.
Bro, that's what I was about to say. This individual that hit a parked car, same guy, bro.
Oh, I'm actually not talking about him.
That's not that one?
It's a different person.
Oh, it wasn't him?
No.
Oh, it sounds like some. Oh,
No,
well.
I do have a story about him, though.
Oh, okay. I was about to. It might be this. I don't know. Let me tell this one then. Well, I wasn't in the car for this, but I got a call right after the incident had happened, right? So it was fucking this individual, our friend, and fucking Raul, and Raul was a passenger, and they were like, I don't know, they were driving somewhere. It was nighttime, and they were at a light, right? They were at a fucking to turn left. They were at the light, so they were waiting. Fucking they get the arrow, they go right. So you know how some streets they have a fucking those middle fucking barriers or something, like with trees in the middle or some bullshit like that, right? So there was one of those in the middle to separate the fucking the roads, right? This man was turning left, right, and he just continued to turn left and went head on onto one of those fucking little fucking barriers on the side of the road that hold the trees and shit. Head on. No one was in front of him. Nothing. Just bro, boom, head on. Fucking car started to smoke up. Both of them started to freak out, and then eventually they got the car into like a Walmart parking lot. And homie that crashed left he went back to the car, grabbed whatever he needed, and then left the car there, never to return again. But yeah, and the same individual, I have a couple of stories with him.
Hold on, before you get into another one, because this is the same individual I'm talking about. And in my story, once again, Raul is the passenger.
Yeah, bro.
This man must be bad luck.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say, bro.
And I was in the back seat. And we were in a McDonald's drive-thru during lunch at school. And this individual...
Was it the minivan? Or was it the black one?
It was the black one.
Oh, okay, so that was the one that was before he crashed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was a while ago. But we pull up in the drive-thru. I don't even remember if we had ordered yet. I think we were a car behind the one ordering. And he decided that he stopped too close to the car in front of him. So he goes to flip it in reverse and, looks behind him. And he didn't realize he put his car into neutral. And he rolled forward and did not react in time. All I hear is Raul yell his name. I won't say it. And boom, hit the car in front of us. But it was a truck, and we just hit their receiver. So the guy comes out, looks at it, and he's like, I mean, I don't really care. Your car's fucked up. Mine's fine. And he just goes on with his day. And now this individual, this was back when permit only.
Bro, this motherfucker was driving to school without a permit.
Yeah.
Yeah. Bro,
Damn.
Yeah, like our freshman year, like, cause they're whatever, they're from another country, so they move different.
I feel like you should be able to figure out who we're talking about by now.
No, I do.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So, so fucking like, bro's mom was just like, if you need the car, like, you can use it, right? And I'm like, there was a lot of times, bro, we were like freshmen, sophomores, before he had a permit, before any of us could drive. He was picked. We was going to the mall. We was going down to Denver, driving here, there, with no permit, no license. This is a car full of like fucking 14, 15-year-olds in this moment. The worst driver you could possibly have sitting there, bro. It was fucking crazy. Like, oh my God. There was like one, like, even recently, like, I want to say maybe like before COVID hit, like back in 2020 at the beginning of it, this guy had returned. He was away for a little bit. He was in boot camp, whatever. Fucking. So he came back, and we went out to the club, and I was like, I don't know why, but I let him drive. I was like, yeah, you could drive. And then luckily he got glasses, right? So it improved a little bit, because during school, he didn't wear glasses while he was driving, or not often. So now he has glasses. So we get to downtown, bruh, and, like, we're going to Vinyl. So, like, we're at the light right before we get to Vinyl, and we're about to turn left to go to the parking lot. And right when we get to the light turns green. I see the people crossing. I see them crossing. I'm sitting right next to him. I'm just looking at the same thing he's looking at. And and there's two girls walking across. They're, like, talking to each other, and they had the right of way. They could have gone. And bro is fucking, he just continued, like I said, just like continues to drive like there's no one there. Just, and then they fucking run out the way and scream, and he's just like, bitch.
Oh my God.
And then just goes back to driving, bro. I was sitting there like, what the fuck, yo? I was like, that's crazy.
In all honesty, that's a fucking power move.
That's a fucking alpha move.
God, what a guy.
But no, and you guys were talking about lights. This kind of applies to almost everything we've talked about. Commitment is fucking key while you're driving. If there's a yellow light and you're going to stop, you got to stop. There's no in between. If you're going to floor it, you got to floor it. There's no in between. You have to fucking commit to what you're doing. And a lot of these fucking people watching and fucking driving on the road have zero, they cannot commit to shit. They can't even fucking commit to a relationship. What the fuck makes you think they're going to commit to driving? And then if you're going to, you're going to merge lanes, you're going to fucking turn right here, you're going to turn left here, you have to fucking commit. If it's the wrong one, oh shit, oh well. We live in fucking 2023 where there's thousands upon thousands of miles of roads that can get you wherever the fuck you want to go. Fucking commit. And commit to a real fucking relationship, you dumbass bitch.
Yeah, I mean, back to the individuals that do make up while they drive. At least the ones that I've been in the car with, it's been scary, bro. It's been scary. Like, there's been very few that I've sat there and felt comfortable with while they're driving.
I mean, I have been in some cars with those individuals, and there's been some very good drivers. But there has been a lot of bad drivers.
The bad definitely outweighs the good, that's for sure.
It's not that hard, too, to kind of figure out what kind of driver they are. If they're driving like this with the steering wheel right here, that's all I need to know. That's all. I am fucking gone. I'm away from you. You are going to fucking kill me and your two dumbass children in the fucking back.
Yep.
That's facts.
What do you think about this same individual that Cesar and I were discussing? There was this one time where we were waiting for him to show up so that me and Raul could go to a football game. And he showed up about an hour late. And when he showed up, he was driving with one hand and eating a bowl of noodles.
What the hell?
Like it was still like half full when he showed up.
Bro. The same individual, bro. There was one time. There's too many stories with this motherfucker, bro. He should get his fucking license revoked. Like, he should not be allowed. There should be a law that doesn't allow this motherfucker to drive. We were on a fucking way to his soccer game, bro. And I'm sitting in the passenger seat. And this is that black car still. Just when it still had
Dude,
life.
that thing went through hell, bro.
Bro, it went through everything, bro.
That thing has seen
He
things.
didn't change the oil in that thing for 2 years, bruh. I don't know how it fucking ran, dog. But we were going to this fucking soccer game, and everything's all good. He was just driving okay, surprisingly. But then, out of nowhere, I didn't hear nothing, but then I just feel the car just doing this. Fucking going up and down like this. I'm like, what the fuck is going on, yo? And I had my homie Tim, shout out to Tim, in the back, and me and Tim were both like, yo, Robbie, what the fuck is wrong with your car? He's
Bleep
like,
that name.
he's
Gotta
like-
bleep that name.
Oh, yeah, we got to bleep it. I was like, yo, I'll call him Coach K. I was like, Coach K, what's wrong with your car? He's like, I don't know, bro. It's just, we gotta go. I'm late already. I'm like, pull over, bro. I'm like, this is not normal. Pull over. He pulls over. I get out. Fucking the front right tires, like, it didn't just pop. It blew up, bro. There was like little threads of it left. And I looked at the rest of the tires. I'm like, yo, when was the last time you changed these shit? This car was made back, 2001? The tire has not been changed since 2001, bro. I'm like, this is dangerous. Like, what the fuck? This looks like a Formula One's fucking tire, bro. You know how it's all smooth? Like, I was like, and then on top of that, me and my friend ended up changing the motherfucking tire. Because he was having some fucking technical difficulties with it, bro.
That black car, wasn't it? Didn't it have the bumper hanging on by duct tape for a
Bro,
long
it
time?
had fucking everything hanging on my duct tape for a very long time.
Well, it's another thing, too. Take care of your fucking car. Like, learn how to change the oil. Learn how to change the tire. Realize when you need new tires. Realize when there's a fucking problem with your car. A lot of these vehicles out on the road that are causing problems are cars that are not properly maintained, that haven't had their oil changed in 2 fucking years, that haven't had their tires changed in 2001. I saw a fucking truck in Fort Collins that obviously had an alignment issue, and the front tires, the outsides of the tires, you could see just nothing but belt. And he's just driving around like that. Like, dude, get your shit changed. If you can't afford it, stop driving your fucking car. Get something cheaper. Get something that has, like, a fucking Prius that has tires about that wide. That'll cost you, like, $120 to replace all of them. You need to fucking maintain your car. It's not that hard. And for all the guys out there that don't know how to change your oil, you're not a guy, you're a fucking woman. Figure it the fuck out. It's not that hard.
Facts.
Just kind of fucking off track, but back to the individuals and how the individuals that do makeup while they drive. So there was one time I went to, I was with this individual, and I was going with this individual to go, so that person could take their driver's test, right? As we pull up, you know how when you pull up to the parking lots, they sometimes got them little poles right in front of the parking spots? Bruv. There was 2 driving instructors, or one of them was standing outside, right? Smoking a cigarette. Nasty, by the way.
Wait, was this Mr. U?
Oh, no, this individual...
No, the driving instructor.
no.
Okay.
This was down in Lakewood, like Littleton area. I think it was Lakewood. Yeah, it was Lakewood. But right as we pulled up, I was sitting in the passenger seat. There's a fucking yellow pole right there. Boom. Smacks right into the fucking pole. The instructor's sitting right there, right? Fucking cool. I'm like, that was not a good fucking start at all. But it's all right. I was like, you have a chance to redeem yourself. And then I'm sitting there, they're doing the paperwork stuff, and then finally the test comes about. Guess who's the instructor? The fucking guy that saw her fucking hit the goddamn pole, bro. Oh, God. Yeah, and then, the motherfucker failed the test. Yeah. But, that shit was interesting for me to be there. I was just like, damn, I'm like, man, maybe what the top G says isn't so fucking wrong. You know? Like, honestly, you got to think about it too. It's like, it also has to do with the pressure. Like, I feel like men deal with pressure better. It's just my opinion.
Well,
It's just my opinion. Hey,
I also
don't fucking don't cancel me, bro.
I feel like these driving schools don't teach properly. They teach you how to, I guess, listen to the rules, read the rules, all that stuff. You know, read the signs,
The
all that
bare
bullshit.
minimum.
The bare minimum.
My driving school, his driving school, everybody I've talked to, the final test is the easiest thing in the world.
It is.
It's
fucking is.
ridiculously easy. Oh, leave, drive around for about 7 minutes. Don't go on any highways. Don't do anything except for the roads that you already know because you obviously live around here, and that's it.
Yeah, no, like, I mean, I think you and I went to the same driving school. Was it the community one or whatever?
Nah, I went to the 911.
Oh, the 911 one?
Yeah.
Track of time. But, no, I mean, yeah, it's for the final test. They take you around neighborhood roads. And then, you know, they're telling you, like, okay, well, when you come to a stop, you know, a stop sign, you know, look both ways. And then when you go, look both ways again. Like, I understand looking both ways multiple times. But they would fucking dock you for that. I'm like, I'm in a fucking empty neighborhood at, like, 8 o'clock at night. There ain't shit going on here, dog. But no, they don't teach you properly. They don't teach you how to drive in traffic. I mean, yeah, you have like drive times where you drive with them for like 2 hours and stuff like that. But it's all these like back roads.
Yeah, that when I did that, it was never in traffic. There was never traffic when I was
never
doing that.
Yeah,
Drive time, I didn't even have to do that shit.
really?
Yeah, but the little log shit, bro, I lied. I filled that shit up the
Oh
next
no,
day.
I lied like
Yeah.
a motherfucker on that.
I was like, oh, my mom was like, yo, you need the little log. I was like, oh,
I mean, we'll put it this way: if I did my drive test now the way that I drive, I would fail. I wouldn't fail because I'm a bad driver. I would fail because it doesn't. Yeah, you're not fucking 10 and 2. You're going over the speed limit. You're being too aggressive and stuff like
yeah,
that.
you're not checking the mirrors every
Yeah,
0.5
the stupid
fucking
shit like you have to put
seconds.
your blinker on for 200 feet before you fucking merge and some fucking other shit like that.
Yeah,
it's like, are you fucking kidding me?
I mean, I feel like especially people who tailgate, the one thing that they did teach you was like the 3-second rule or whatever. Like, just get the fuck off my ass. No, it's funny as hell though. With diesels especially, if someone's riding your ass, you just fucking turn up the tune and give her hell, and they can't see shit.
When it came to the whole tailgating thing, my driving school said to leave as many car length distances as, like basically for every 10 miles an hour at a car length. So like 60 miles per hour, 6 car lengths between you and the car in front of you.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, I guess it depends on how aware you are. I mean, me personally, I'm looking like 3 or 4 cars ahead. So, you know, I don't ride people's ass, but say I was on someone's ass, there would be no harm because I would know when we're slowing down way ahead. Now, majority of people are not fucking looking ahead. They're, you know, tunnel vision, like, oh my God, I'm so fucking scared. But I mean, like for those kind of people that have no confidence, yeah, that makes sense. But I just the driving schools, they just don't teach you properly. They don't teach you the pressure. They don't teach you how to drive like a regular person. They teach you to be this very just like an absolute
Robotic.
bitch. Yeah,
bro.
robotic. Yeah,
Fucking robotic as shit, like a
Road
NPC,
NPCs.
bro.
yeah. I mean, you need to be fucking aggressive while you're driving, especially if you're driving in a city. You need to be aggressive. You need to get the fuck over. You need to force your way in. Shit. Back when we were going to school together, whenever we leave that parking lot because it was so poorly fucking designed.
Yep.
There was people, you know, usually the ones who would do the makeup while they're driving, who would sit there and wait for an opening. Versus, I think I taught a lot of my friends this shit, but you let one car go by and your ass is out there. I don't care if there's a fucking inch between the person that just went by and the car behind them's bumper. You are fucking out there. And guess what? They stop every fucking time. Would you imagine that? People don't want to get their cars wrecked. I don't want to get my car wrecked, but you have to be aggressive about it.
You have to be.
You have to assert, you have to be a fucking alpha male, as all these college students like to say.
If you don't, you're just going to piss off everybody in the line behind you.
Exactly. Yeah. I mean, people like, I will definitely say this is one of my biggest flaws while I'm driving. I have no patience, mainly because I'm just so pissed off with all these fucking retards around. But, I mean, there's not a lot of patience. So you can't sit there and wait. You can't sit there and fucking calculate your decision here. You have to go. Now, you have to know this is the correct idea. So your brain has to be working like that. Now, a lot of these people are just fucking, type shit, so their brains can't work like that. But if you can't do that, then stay the fuck away from traffic.
Let's hold there. We are once again pretty much out of time.
That's perfect. I got I got somewhere we could start off on the next one.
Andrew, did you, I don't think you realized, but Cesare said a name.
10, bro. He'd nudge you 10 out of 10, bro.
All right, bet.
Make sure that audio is good and it's not 21 seconds.
Devin's a bitch.
If it's staying at 21, it's fine. We're good. All right, cool.
All right. So, back to this individual we were speaking about earlier, the one that crashed and fucking put his car in neutral. He decided to take a trip out to Wyoming, I believe.
Oh, jeez.
And didn't tell anyone about it. Didn't tell any. Just packed his fucking bags and dipped. I get a call from his sister like a day or two later, like, "Yo, do you know where Coach K is at?" I'm like, "What?" I was like, "No, is he not at home?" She's like, "No, he just left." Cool, right? I text him. He's like, "Oh, I'm going to Wyoming. I just needed to get, take a trip. Whatever. Cool. You just needed to take a trip. All right. You could have let somebody know." But so he left. Then the next day comes around, and I get a call from Coach K. And Coach K tells me, "Yo, bro, can you pick me up at the bus station at like 6 o'clock?" And I'm like, yeah. I didn't even think twice about it, right? So then I was like, "Oh, yeah, for sure." And then I was like, "Huh." I was driving to the bus station. I'm like, "Wait." I'm like, "He drove there." I was like, "What the fuck? What happened, bro?" And like, I was like, "All right, I guess I'm just gonna ask him when I get there." Bro, Coach K jumps in the car, fucking little drops of blood, lips cut, fucking has very little luggage. I'm like, "What the fuck?" I'm like, "What happened?" I'm like, "Didn't you drive out there?" He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "On my way there at like 2 in the morning, I was trying to get to the hotel." He's like, "I hit an elk."
Oh, God.
Bruv. And keep in mind, he had a little ass car. It wasn't no fucking big ass. No, it was a sedan, little car. And he had pictures of it, bro. I'm surprised he's like was able to tell the story. Like, that fucking elk fucked his shit up, like the car, like bad. The front end was fucked.
Oh, those fuckers are huge.
And so then what he decided to do with that situation was he went, saw, the elk was off to the side of the road, and then he jumps back in the car, drove as far as the car possibly could before it broke down, and left it, and then like grabbed his shit and walked like a mile. He had like a mile left to get to the hotel. Walked that mile in the middle of the night in Wyoming, in the middle of the mountains and shit. Gets to the hotel, takes the bus back, left the car out in Wyoming. This is the second car he's just crashed and just straight up abandoned, bro. Like, he has a history of this shit. He drives like an old person, man.
So, leading on from old people, they are fucking deadly. There should be, I mean, I'm all for, having your rights and everything like that, your freedoms and stuff. But when you turn like 65, 70, there needs to be a driving test. You need to be able to see. You need to be able to function. And if you're slow as fuck or you have signs of dementia, I'm sorry, you got to be off the road.
I thought they did. They don't?
No.
Wow. That's insane. That makes sense.
I have a family member who has dementia, and they were driving until, I want to say, 81 years old with dementia developing. And I heard from another family member, they were just constantly running red lights. They were constantly running stop signs. They were almost hitting people on the crosswalks, much like the individual you were talking about. But it is deadly. I had an incident on the way here, getting onto the highway. I was all fucking pissed off because they're doing 20 miles an hour on the on-ramp. I'm like, oh, they're old as shit and have no fucking idea what's going on.
Yep. That's been my consistent experience, is that if there's someone driving slow up ahead, it's almost always an old person.
Almost always, yes.
Yep.
They're a danger to society, bro.
Oh,
And another thing, like, I felt like they felt entitled or something.
Yeah.
Like they drive like they're maybe that's not what their intentions are or where their mindset's at, but they drive like they're fucking entitled to shit. Like they cut you off, they fucking go as slow as they want. Like there was one time, it wasn't even that long ago. I want to say maybe like a month or two ago. I was in the parking lot, I think at Target. I was getting ashwagandha, and like this old lady was sitting at the stop sign, like playing around with her fucking phone, just sitting there. And I was behind her. There was 2 other cars behind me, and like I honked. The couple people behind me honked. I'm like, bruv, like you shouldn't. Like you probably can't even fucking hear us. This is the fucking thing.
Exactly. Back to this, entitled shit. Old people, they're very stubborn people, and I mean, they've been through some shit. They have a lot of wisdom. They could teach, the young generation a lot. But you also need to understand, you don't fucking rule the younger generation. You need to fucking stop. Let us figure it out. You've had your time. All props to you. What you fucked up and what you've done good, all props to you. But also, get the fuck off the road.
Yeah, bro. They don't need to be driving everywhere.
I think everybody here thinks that there should be a certain point where you just have to keep retesting for your license to keep your license every few years.
Bro, 65 it should start. 65.
I mean, like I said, I'm all for your freedoms. I'm all for doing what you want. That's America. But there's just, with how many people there are on the road, how many people are in this country, how many people are in this dumbass state, like it's a danger to all of us. It's a danger to the fucking newborn baby in a car. Oh, shit, here's a good fucking story. I'm driving down I-25. I'm in the slow lane. And here comes this fucking car who was riding my ass, gets over. It's this fucking dad on his phone with this brand new baby in the back seat. You are the worst fucking parent there is. You don't deserve that fucking child. And then he's just flying down the fucking highway. Now, yes, everyone, everyone has a life. He could be an emergency and stuff like that. And, you could not have anyone to watch the baby, but you also have a fucking child you need to watch after. If you have a fucking kid and you're driving like a fucking Formula One driver, get the fuck out of here. Give up that fucking kid. You don't deserve this shit.
I've seen some people driving with kids in the car. I've even been in a car. I'm like, bro, chill the fuck out. You feel me? It's like there's a whole ass child in here. Something happens, it could be bad. Like for us and for the the kid, bro. Like you feel me? Like you don't even think about that shit.
That also doesn't give a parent the excuse to drive under the speed limit and like a fucking retard if you have a kid.
Yes.
Like the safest way to drive is with traffic.
Yeah, if you're going fucking 15 under, ooh, bitch. Like, the fucking thing that pisses me off the most, I want to say, is, like, if you're driving behind somebody, it's kind of usually the people that have a kid in the car, like minivan type of fucking people. And, like, they're going to turn into, like, a parking lot. They're just going to turn into somewhere. And they turn their blinker on, and they, like, slam on the brakes, and they're turning at, like, fucking as slow as possible, making the turn radius super fucking wide like it's a goddamn semi-truck. I hate that shit.
Usually old people.
Yeah, old people.
Usually old people.
That shit is fucking insane, bro.
Or when they're coming on a turn and they slow down like a mile before the turn, they're just gradually slowing down. Like, why?
Yeah. People that forget their blinkers on. Oh, pisses me off.
Mm-hmm.
Well, another thing too on the highway is if you can't maintain a speed limit, your car has cruise control. It's constant, speed up, slow down, especially fucking on I-25.
Dude.
Oh my God.
Yeah, that shit.
You're doing like 90 1 second and then you're doing 60 another second. Get your fucking cruise control on if you don't have a steady enough foot. If, have you ever been in a car with someone that punches it 1 second, let's go. Punches it
Yes,
holy fuck, if your foot can't operate like that, get cruise control on. Just maintain a fucking
Giz,
speed.
bro. Fucking Giz. Like, we'll be in a fucking drive-through. Order. Boom. Slams on the brake. Pays. Fucking, there'll be, a car, 20 yards in front of us, and bro's just... It just slams on the brake. Everywhere, anytime he stops or slows down, he fucking has to take off.
It's
in
not.
his mom car.
I was about to say it is 136 horsepower vehicle.
Yes, fucking... God, dude, there's dirt bikes that go faster than that shit, bro.
So he's flooring it.
Yeah, bro, heavy
Yeah, he's
ass
definitely
foot,
flooring
bro.
that bitch.
Heavy ass foot.
Yeah, you got a V6 SUV.
I just think it's funny, just seeing everyone drive, and I'm driving a big old work van, a fucking Ford Transit van, and I got a big ass fucking truck, and I mean I'm more nimble than some of these fucking cars. Like they just have no concept of space, no depth perception. Just they're so oblivious.
People that ride on your fucking lane, bro. They're on the fucking edge of that shit. Too much.
I'm convinced 95% of all drivers are just fucking retarded.
Yeah.
95 fucking percent. And if you're out there driving, look and watch, and you will be like, oh shit, he's kind of right.
Dude, just pay a little bit more attention than the average person, and you'll catch a lot more shit. Yes. I'm not saying I'm a fucking professional or I'm a great, I make my mistakes, but like day in, day out, I'm a pretty fucking solid driver.
I mean, if anyone's going to take anything from this podcast, because like we all know, we're not fucking fantastic. We're not the perfect driver. We all make our mistakes, but
I'm not Ken Block.
Yeah, bro. R.I.P.
Rest in peace. Rest in
R.I.P.
peace.
R.I.P.
But just fucking relax while you're driving. Relax. Driving is supposed to be stress-free unless you're in traffic, and that's just fucking annoying. But just relax. Look around. Look at the fucking scenery. Don't have tunnel vision. Look at your mirrors. Just look ahead. Just plan. Don't just fucking relax. That's the main thing.
Yeah. A lot of people are up. It's the pressure, bro. Like they do need to relax. Like they get fucking, oh my god, there's traffic. I don't know when I'm gonna merge in. And then they go and do some stupid shit.
Think ahead too.
Yeah.
Yep.
I mean, especially people who have the native bumper sticker on their fucking car.
Bro.
You
have
should
no
obviously know the
excuses.
area. Think ahead. If, like kind of back to how schools don't teach us shit, the lines on the roads, if they're starting to get really short dashes and really close together, that's a sign of a few things. On a highway, that's a sign of an exit. On a regular road, that could be a sign that's turning into a turn lane. There's also signs that say right lane must turn right. That means it's turning into a turn lane, or you're going to have to merge over. Read the signs above. They tell you,
Exactly.
a mile in advance when that exit is.
They tell you everything.
Read
you
the
need
signs
to
off the
know.
road. This lane must turn right. Don't turn right on a red. Read shit. Just look around. Be observant.
Something else that must be said is for any drivers who are not from Colorado, who come to Colorado, pay fucking attention when you get here, please. Get accustomed fast.
Yeah, if you're from California,
Yep, cut.
That's pretty much it. I mean, I just think people got to pay attention when they get here.
yeah, if you're coming out of state, because all these fucking Californians, all these Texans are coming up, this state is fast-paced and shit's changing quick. You need to learn it quick. You can't be sitting here fucking just chilling and doing whatever the fuck you want. You need to learn it quick, and you need to learn how to fucking drive here.
Yep. There's a lot of construction here all the time, especially during summertime, bro. Like we get snow a lot, so that's the only time that they can really do all that shit.
And for some reason, we don't like to do it at night here. We like to do it in the middle of the day.
Right.
Right in the middle of the afternoon.
Starting from noon to fucking 5:30 in the afternoon.
So, yeah, especially in Denver, like Denver metro area. Yeah,
Heading up to fucking Colorado Springs.
It's aggressive here.
It's disgusting sometimes,
Crazy aggressive
bro.
here. So.
It fucking pisses me off. I wish I had a helicopter to take everywhere. Or a little fucking jetpack.
For real, though.
I could avoid all this bullshit.
Yeah.
Flying,
Also-
hold on, real quick. The flying car that's coming out in 2025, huge mistake.
Oh, God. Now we're going to have fucking retards in the air. I
Yeah,
can't think of
bro.
anything worse.
300,000.
Imagine someone manages to get into a collision with someone else in the air, and now you got debris raining down on your
Oh,
house.
Exactly.
you already know that's going to happen, too. Of
course.
Hands down.
Because there's no way they're going to be able to build, like, certain ways that they go,
No.
right? That's, like, not right above a fucking road.
You think
or
that
a
they're gonna-
sidewalk where a kid could be walking.
Yeah.
Fucking cunts, man. All about the money.
But so we're pretty much at the end of the show. So, any final thoughts, Trent?
Fuck Colorado drivers and the 5% who are good drivers. Thank you. Everyone else, fuck you.
Riley?
Old people need to get their license redone.
And save the makeup sessions for home. And stop being so stubborn when
Pay attention.
when an individual tries to correct you when you're driving. It's okay. Don't be all defensive. It's for our safety.
And if by chance there happen to be any driving instructors watching this, make some harder fucking tests, please.
Do some proper fucking on-the-road shit.
Yeah.
Like
Make them
in
drive in
traffic.
traffic. Exactly, bro.
3 o'clock in rush hour. Do it.
Do all that fun shit, bro.
Yeah.
All right, but with all that being said, if you've made it to the end, we appreciate y'all as always. And I will say again, if I know you and I like you and you have a video idea, hit me up. We might just bring you on if it's actually a good idea.
Yeah, we don't even need to like you. We just have to be able to put up with you.
Just have to be tolerable.
Yeah, we don't want fists to be thrown on this podcast because you will lose. Thank you.
Peace out.
You should get
Run it. I can't take no loss. I don't even know what it